Austin Taylor Insurance, and today on Agent About Town, we are at Second City Distillery. If you can't tell from the bottles around us, we are at Augusta's first distillery since Prohibition with the owners, David and Cal. And guys, tell us a little bit about kind of where we're at. This isn't the original location, but we started in Edgefield County, and this is a natural kind of branch off or progression of the brand, right?
Yeah, so we started across the river in Edgefield, as Austin mentioned, and we kind of always had a dream to come to Augusta. We've always said that Augusta's kind of a sleeping giant. We want to be a part of revitalizing this city and be at the front end of that. So 8 years, I guess 6 years later, we finally got over here and have survived COVID. So we appreciate people like Austin coming in and checking us out.
You know, it's got that story that's an old story, so why not put it in an older bottle? Your regular distillates, gins and vodka and straight stuff, you know, they can be in a more elevated bottle to kind of appeal to a different, I mean, it's a different drink.
Like the products there at 10 G's vodka, that was 10 governors, named after the 10 governors of Edgefield on the back of it. We have a little blurb about that, you know. Well, people from out of town walk in, what's the 10 G's? And then you got to start.
I was in Augusta and I got this with this story, and you know, it kind of relates the emotion back to their time. So it's a neat thing to have
and we want
locally.
People to have fun, and this is
we're as much entertainment as we are product. It's not, you know, the canned cocktails and RTDs, that's getting into another realm we haven't dealt in yet. But as of when people come in here, and I bet you money, there's probably more rabbit spit jars sitting on people's mantles or bars unopened than there are being consumed, and that's fine. But they like the story.
I went to the archives in Edgefield. Pretty proud of their history. It had a quote in there, and it said, "Edgefield liquor, or Edgefield moonshine, is meat enough to make a rabbit spit in a bulldog's face." And I was like, "Oh my God!" Perfect. So I looked at it, and it was Judge Rob DeBoer in
1829, I think, right around Prohibition.
So we kind of joked inside rabbit spit, and we picked up a distribution company, and he was like, "Guys, what you really need is a really strong moonshine to move on the shelves. You need to be as strong as anything." So it's like we're sitting there one afternoon, and couldn't figure out what proof we wanted to land on this, because you know we wanted to be high, because that's what the fella told us. We were listening to him, and we were sitting at the bar at 116 Courthouse Square, and we were like, "Well, there it is. It's our address. Let's just make it 116 proof." Yeah, Rabbit Spit was that's one of our moonshine lines, and it's 116 proof moonshine, and you can see we kind of put that little story all over.
And that's the third rabbit.
Ta-da!
So if you're a straight Kentucky bourbon or your mash bill, how you develop that mash bill, what grain you use, how much of what grain you use.
Right.
Yeah. And age too. Straight usually notates 2 years, at least 2 years old. They're starting to get into age statements, and you probably don't want to get down into the weeds of that, but age statements are becoming a thing again.
Right.
But most of what we do on our standards is somewhere between 2 and 3 years old. We've got some like the 10 goal that I told you earlier that's 5, and it's really good stuff. As most people would guess, time is
and we would have this bourbon we aged in a stainless. I mean, we had bourbon aging in vacuum barrels, but we were trying to accelerate aging. That's something you can't do. So the guys would come in, or ladies would come in, I want a 5-year. Well, you're old, hon. You're gonna have to wait a little while.
We don't have that one yet.
Yeah, I mean, really, the sales pitch was, if you like it now, you're gonna love it when it's 3 to 5.
Right.
Barrels we can do, which is why you see some of these barrels that are noted before opening date here. So we took the black label and we took 15 gallons out and put it in. Matter of fact, that top barrel right there says double on it. That was one of the first ones we did. And we put it in that barrel, brand new charred oak barrel. A lot of people are doing something similar, but they're doing a used barrel.
Right.
So not to over oak. Well, we tasted a lot.
Yeah.
So the double sits, this one I think sat for 3 months. We've done 3 to 6, and it's been really good. We got people saying, "Hey, will you do a 53-gallon barrel for the double?" We'd like to do that, but the 15s just produce a better product.
Right.
Actually, a little bit of an accelerant too with the aging. We figured out that they age a little faster.
The smaller barrel. Well, I mean, we were talking about earlier, it's the temperatures, and you've got 15 gallons to change versus 53 gallons to change temperature on. But then you said the new oak barrel actually will impart more oak and
because it's
can
freshly
over,
charred.
right.
It's freshly charred.
So by doing that, you can actually accelerate the taste profile and get it where you want to
That's exactly right.
faster than an old oak barrel that doesn't have the freshness of that char and burn.
Yeah, when we started this one, it was one of those, it's not going to be for everybody, is what we thought, because it's going to be smoky. It's going to have some heavy flavor profiles in there. But it's kind of turned out that most people are liking it. Most bourbon drinkers are saying, I kind of like that extra pop. And we're going to 90 proof with it. So it's a little lower than some of our other single barrel stuff would be. But it's pretty good.
It's a little more drinkable at 90 as well. You're not super hot at 110 or 116 on the other one. I mean, it really varies.
That's right. I prefer the glass. So we can taste it.
Yes, sir.
See what you got here.
Salute.
So yeah, I mean, it has got the smoke, but like I said, the 90 makes it drinkable.
It doesn't.
If it was a beer, I would probably think it's just bold.
Yeah.
It stands on your tongue, but not too long.
That's right.
Right. It's got enough heat, but not overpowering where it's not a kind of a widely drinkable thing. It's not not so smoky like in Scotch. You talk about things are peaty or Islay peaty Scotches. So it's nowhere near anything like that, but more on the universally enjoyable side of liquors.
Yeah. And some people don't like to do it. I actually prefer a Cuba Icer too.
Yeah.
It really opens it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the big squares.
Mm-hmm.
Get a nice surface area on it.
That's right.
All right, this is our straight rye whiskey. When we kind of start developing new products, and we get over to Augusta when we open this place up, and you guys kind of have to keep an open mind on where we came from. And this over here are two different places, so our customers here are a totally different profile than what we do with in Edgefield. So a lot of the younger generation like this rye. Well, David and I were like, man, I don't like rye. Well, we got to figure out how to make it, right? So we made it, and I think we made it pretty good. This one moves real well for us. It's 116 proof, and it's a rye whiskey, so we can.
A little on the hotter side than the 90, and the rye itself has an entirely different flavor as well.
That's right. Yep.
I mean, it's hotter than the 90 obviously, but still not anywhere near difficult to drink. I mean, that's a smooth.
For the proof of it. Yeah.
So you guys started this. This is pretty new to the market, right? I mean, you said the idea has been going on for a few years.
Yeah, the project we've been working on for a while now. I'd say probably about a year, maybe a little over a year. Just because the market, the ready-to-drink canned cocktail market grew 200% over, time runs together, over 2019, and it's expected to grow the same amount in less time as we go forward. So, it's something, hey, let's look at it, because your 20-somethings and 30-somethings now are looking, they convenience. I mean, they want to put it in their cooler and not drag around a bottle of mixer and a bottle of vodka or whatever their flavor is.
You're not taking up refrigerator space or cooler space during the summer. Yep. You don't have grape juice you got to worry about sitting out, or ginger ale or lime juice, and then getting the right mix every time, right? Canning and the labeling and stuff is great too. I mean, it really shows that it's made here in Augusta, all in Augusta.
The Durty Gurl folks, we've known them for a while now, just because we are at the same places, with them being mixers and us being alcohol. So the marriage, so to speak, goes together well, and we started working on it. And again, transfusion was kind of the first one that we were like, with golf being so important to the area, let's do the transfusion first. So we started playing around with it. Been on the market for about 2 weeks. We ran our first canning run on February 5th. We ran another run at the end of February, and we'll run a week from today will be another 1,100 gallons.
Yeah, we got a lot of plans as we discussed with our liquors in there and our brands. We have a lot of brands that we're planning on unfolding and pushing out in a can, because like David just illustrated, don't know what the future is, nobody does, but it looks pretty favorable.
I'm Austin with Austin Taylor Insurance, and this has been Agent About Town. We've had a great day here with David and Cal at Second City Distillery, as well as their partner distillery in Edgefield, South Carolina, across the river. Tune in to see more of what we get into in 2021. Follow us on social media. More importantly, follow these guys at Second City on all their social media platforms and try out their beverages in stores. And if it's not in a retail store, ask for it by name.